Oh, how it pains me to have to review this!
But I'm going to anyway. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger, back with another video review of epic proportions, and today we're continuing with the Hasbro Marvel Legends / Juggernaut / X-Men Build-A-Figure series. So, that being said, this is going to be the weak sauce of the whole entire series. I am so sorry to say that, but it's the honest to God truth. It is none other than Jean Grey, also known as the Phoenix, or going by her standard packaging, it says Marvel's Phoenix. I guess it's a trademark issue and they just couldn't put Phoenix. I don't know. I don't know what goes on over there. Anyway, taking a look at the package, it is pretty similar to Deadpool's packaging, except that it's not Deadpool, it's the X-Men logo right here. And there is Jean! And Jean! And on the back, mind the squeakiness, we've got Jean! And a nice picture of the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece, with the numbers indicating on which character comes with which part. This line consists of Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Havoc, Rogue, Jean Grey, Cable, and my favorite, Deadpool. And this packaging is pretty banged up. It has seen better days, but you know, sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't at retail. So I'm just going to put that away very slowly. Oh, before I do that, there's the Build-A-Figure piece she comes with, the upper torso for Juggernaut. And we're not going to go through it at all in this video review, as partake of every Marvel Legends review when I get the opportunity, that is. We will take a look at the Build-A-Figure piece last in this review series, so let's do that. So anyway, raising the camera back to its normal place, let's bring back in Jean. Oh boy. Well, what you see is what you get. That's all I can say. Outside of the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece she comes with, she has no other accessories. So, does the figure make up for the paint job? Not really, because most of this is just the color choice of the plastic being used here. Maybe a couple areas are painted just to match up with what's going on with the colors of the pattern. Like, for instance, you can tell that this is actually solid plastic here, and this is just painted in that color to match with the solid plastic, but you can tell there is a little bit of a difference in the tone, because that seems to be something that Hasbro can't ever seem to get right, especially on their Transformer figures, mainly Bumblebee. Especially the yellows. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go through it. But having said that, it is a nice choice of colors. I mean, I do like the shimmery gold that's going on here. And especially for the areas that are actually painted in that color, they do actually match up pretty well. So there's something nice. The paint job on the figure is actually crisp and clean. I really do like that. Even though it is just a plain female body sculpt, there's like no detail going on here at all. Nothing is engraved in there. Nothing. It's all just painted over. So, you know, just a common female body sculpt being painted over. Nothing more. Just a difference in the head. That's it. But speaking of the head, I'm going to show this off here. As you can see, I do actually have one of the better figures to be found out there at retail stores. Most of the figures, their eyes are really painted horribly and just really pop out and kind of disturbing. Having said that though, when it really comes down to it, I would have preferred if Hasbro could have found a way in their budget to go as far as they did with the prototype's face, because you can tell this is not the prototype at all. It's not even close. I mean, the thickness that is going on here with the chin alone just totally looks perfect. And on the actual figure that we got here, look how thin this is. It almost looks like her cheekbones are being sucked in. And it's like she's going and just holding that placement. Oh God, it's just hideous. But having said that, not everything on this figure is bad. The head sculpt, while not good, the hair sculpt is actually pretty phenomenal, especially with the fact that Hasbro took time to actually blackwash the hair. So you can see all the detail going on in there and the flow of the hair pattern here. I really do like that. Having said that though, it is that very hard plastic. So unfortunately, there's no flex to this, so some of the articulation on this gal is kind of hindered at the neck. Having said that, let's go ahead and get into the articulation on her. So she's got a ball jointed head. She does have more tilt than Deadpool actually had in the previous video review. She does have a hinge going up and down at the neck, but like I said, you're not going to get much of her looking up thanks to the hair, but yeah, it is what it is, right? Ball jointed shoulders, they do go in and out about that much. They do go around complete 360 without any hindrance to the hair. There's an upper elbow rotation. There's also a single hinge at the elbow to allow 90 degrees pose. Her hands do rotate. They actually have a hinge to allow up and down movement. The upper portion of her body is on a ball joint, but unlike Spider-Gwen and Spider-Girl that I reviewed previously on this channel, this is kind of horrible. This is not as good as those female figures. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just my figure, but I really can't get much out of her. Anyway, that said, down to the lower portion of the figure, the legs go up about this much. They go back to a normal stance. There's like nothing back here. In and out, she can split about that much. She's got a thigh cut at the legs to allow rotation. There's double jointed knees. And last but not least, the feet are ball jointed, allowing up and down hinge. And there's an ankle rocker pivot. That is pretty tight on my figure, but hey, that helps out with the balancing issue on this figure, because if they were loose, especially with the fact that this figure cannot stand for shit, pardon my language, but that's just the way it is, she would fall over very easily. I don't know what is causing her to be so top heavy. It's not the hair, it's actually lightweight. It's just, I guess it's the fact that she's got some very small feet. Very small. That I am forced to use some tacky, sticky, gummy stuff at the bottom of her feet. I forget what it's called, but anyway, it does help out with posing this figure in different options, because even though sometimes it fails, it does actually kind of work. I just don't recommend that you do this on a turntable. There is no way this figure is gonna pose on a turntable. It kind of makes me glad that I don't use turntables in these reviews anymore, but anyway, that's pretty much the major flaw with this figure, is she can't stand for nothing at all. Outside of the colors and the fact that this is a very nice take on her 90s outfit, even though I would have preferred it to actually be red instead of green, but that's just my taste. This figure is really just a letdown, and you know, honestly, I was really hoping that this would be one of the better figures in this line, especially when it was first announced. But you know, it's Hasbro. Sometimes you win a few and sometimes you lose a few. So, honestly, is this figure worth it? You know, if you really need the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece and you don't need the action figure, well, that saves you some time. Just buy the figure for the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece and honestly, sell this figure on eBay. You'll at least make half your price back. So, anyway, that said, let's finish this video review with a size comparisons. And here's 6-inch Master Chief from the Halo line, and why not, previously reviewed, here's Deadpool. Yeah, bring it in, it's okay, girl. There'll be other options someday. We'll get another Phoenix figure, another take. So, anyway, that's gonna do it for this video review. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Is this figure a pass, or do you think that this is one of the better figures and I'm just not giving it a chance? Well, I guess I'll find out when I read your comments down below. So until then, if you like this video review, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, well, hit the thumbs down button. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button for more video reviews just like the one you're reviewing today from the reviewing station. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.